We're happy to see that. New Orleans taking their final warm-up tosses and will be ready for the top of the second inning. In the second inning for Greenville, North Carolina, Jamie Brewington, Alfonso Freeman, and Abram Lang, the three batters that Scott Stays will face.
Scott Stays, the pitcher, not taking any chances with this unseasonably chilly weather we've been having. It looks as though underneath his uniform he's wearing a turtleneck.
Important for a pitcher to keep warm, as even the most casual baseball fan knows. Brewington was the losing pitcher in the ball game yesterday, the opener for Greenville, North Carolina. He was 0 for 3 at the plate.
Manager Watkins of the Greenville, North Carolina team speaking to plate umpire Jerry Johnson. No substitutes or anything, so we don't know what that conversation was about. But now back to live action, and here's Mark.
Thank you, Hubie. Scott Stays delivers. It's inside for a ball. Brewington, one of the fine athletes on this Greenville, North Carolina ball club. 1-0 pitch. Taken just a little bit outside. Looked good from here, but it's 2 balls, no strikes to Jamie Brewington.
Jamestown Expos mascot Yippee on the third base dugout.
That one a little bit inside and low. It's now 3 balls, no strikes to Jamie Brewington. Takes a peek down at the third base coach to see whether or not he'll have the green light.
Catcher Maurice Hines leading the cheers in the dugout. He's the one that threw out that runner to end the first inning. Time called.
Brewington asking for time, and once again taking a look down at third base coach. I believe that's Blank Swapper. We'll check that for you.
Both teams up on the top step of the dugout. This is excitement.
Way inside. Ball 4. Brewington walks. Second walk given up by Scott Stays, and that'll bring on Alfonso Freeman, the left fielder in tonight's ball game. Freeman, number 15, came in a pinch hitting role yesterday and remained to play left field. He was 1 for 2 and scored a run. So Freeman in the starting lineup tonight.
Scott Stays apparently in good shape. That spiking didn't injure him at all, I don't think, because there's no activity in the New Orleans bullpen. I think they started some just very briefly. Stays apparently saying, "No, I'm okay, coach." And he's back on the mound, no activity in the bullpen, so let's hope that he's all right.
There's Freeman, the right-hander. Brewington taking his lead. Pitch taken high and away, ball 1. 1-0 to Alfonso Freeman here at the top of the second inning. We're scoreless from College Stadium. Game number 7 of the 1987 13 to 15-year-old Babe Ruth World Series. Pitch taken on the inside corner for a strike. 1-1.
Crowd's starting to get larger. I have trouble seeing the third base bleachers, but they're filling up as I lean out and take a peek.
That one high. It's now 2 balls, 1 strike to Freeman. They're filling up on both sides, Hubie, and I think, with the 6 o'clock start, most people work until 5 and get home and get a little dinner. So most people will arrive late for the ball games, but we'll remind you that we have plenty of room down here at College Stadium. Come down and enjoy the action. 2-1, high and tight. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Just as we speak, Mark, I noticed coming around the corner, there's eight new fans just arrived in one big group, so maybe it's a family, and that's a good family evening to come down here, put the pots and pans away in the kitchen, get down here and have hot dogs or onion rings. There's a walk.
Second walk in the inning for Scott Stays. This one is issued to Alfonso Freeman. He'll go down to first. Jamie Brewington down to second base, and that'll bring on the first baseman, Abram Lang. Lang, number 17. In yesterday's opener, Lang was 0 for 2 with an RBI. Good-looking first baseman, tall, lanky youngster, ideally built for that first base position.
A lot of tall youngsters here in this tournament.
Pitch on the way, taken for a strike.
Abram Lang, for example, 5'10", 152. Now, 5'10" doesn't sound very tall when we talk about adults, but when we're talking about 15-year-old young men, 5'10" is a good-sized 15-year-old. So keep in mind the height referred to.
One attempt taken, throw on to second base. Not in time.
The heights refer to young men of age 15, so anything over 5'8", for example, is a pretty good-sized person for that age.
Brewington almost getting caught off second base. Crespo made a throw down to shortstop Craig Marcelin. Not in time. Marcelin back behind the bag, darting around out there. And this one hit in the right field. Right fielder Brandon Pennell coming over. Can't get it. It's a fair ball. Run's going to try to score. Here comes the throw to the plate. It'll be cut off by Stays. They had the runner off first base. Stays did not realize it. So the run scores. We got a tie ball game, Dewey.
And we have timeout on the field. The batter was...
That was Abram Lang. Slicing that ball down the right field line. Scoring Brewington. Alfonso Freeman moved up to second base.
Lang placing the ball into right field, swinging a little late on it, but maybe on purpose, going to the opposite field, the ball not getting away from Pinnell, but bending away from him. He fell to it cleanly. So now Greenville ties this ball game up right away, and it's important for a team to come back like that. Now they also still have a runner in scoring position.
Still nobody out and 2 on. Here's Grant Harmon, right fielder for Greenville, number 8. We'll check Harmon's statistics in the opener.
Harmon, the catcher.
2 for 3 in the opener. And this one hit over the mound. And through to center field for a base hit. 1 run will score. Bobble out there in center field. The runner going to third base. Lead runner going to third base. The run scores, and it's 2-1. Greenville, North Carolina. Freeman coming in to score. Abram Lang over to third. Grant Harmon, an RBI single.
And fans, you ought to see what's going on in that Greenville, North Carolina dugout and behind it. These players are hooting and hollering. You'd think this was the championship game. They are really pumped up, and the fans behind the host family, they've got a banner out there that says Southwest Region, Greenville, North Carolina. They're hooting and hollering.
Runners at first and third. There'll be an error on center fielder Alvin Robertson, allowing Abram Lang to go to third base. Ball attempt, running cleanly down the third base line. Third baseman rolls up with it, throw to first. Not in time. Chris Christopher showing good speed to Greenville's second baseman, and the bases are loaded. Nobody out. Bumped up Chris Christopher down there at first.
Right, and that bunt was not a squeeze play. He was bunting for a base hit. The runner on third holding, watching the bunt, never made a move to home plate. So Christopher bunting for a base hit, and he's on, and he's pumped up.
Bases loaded, nobody out for Greenville, North Carolina, and they have just the man they want up at the plate right now. That'd be leadoff man, center fielder Tim Moore. Moore really capable of making things happen. 0 for 1 in the ball game, struck out in the first. Pitch on the way, swung on it, hit towards second base. Second baseman up with it. Flipped to short for 1, back to first. Not nearly in time to get the speedy Moore. Another run scores, but they do get the force out at second, and it's 3-1, Greenville, North Carolina.
And last night, Moore having, even though he was the most valuable player, he was a little frustrated with his effort, but he was pretty happy that he drove in a run on that play. Runners at first and third, 1 out, and here's Clark.
Heath Clark, the shortstop, singled and was caught stealing in the first inning.
Clark was 0 for 3 in the first ball game, Mark. I'm sure he'd like to definitely get his first hit of the '87 World Series here in this second inning.
Moore reaching on the fielder's choice. He's at first. This one hit to center field. Center fielder Robertson coming on, makes the catch, and dropped the ball. He's safe. Throw to second. They got Moore, and the run will score.
The run does score. Moore had Moore had gone halfway. It wasn't Moore's fault. He couldn't do anything about it. Very alertly, however, on defense, Alvin Robertson, who had dropped that ball, alertly threw to second for the force out, but the run does score, and Greenville, North Carolina picks up their 4th run of the inning and their 4th run of the ball game. 2 men out now, runner on first, and here at the plate, the pitcher, Walter Gatlin.
Second error of the inning on center fielder Alvin Robertson allows Greenville to pick up another run. It's now 4-1. Here's Gatlin, walked in the first inning. Pitch on the way, high and tight, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 out, and Greenville, North Carolina looking for more. Heath Clark down there at first base.
I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if Heath Clark is allowed the green light to head on down.
Swung on and fouled back. Now 1 ball, 1 strike.
But I certainly wouldn't run on that arm of Chad Crespo. He's looking good behind the plate.
Well, he threw out Clark in the first inning. Clark may be willing to test him again. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. In the top of the second, Greenville taking advantage, throw over to first, runner back. Greenville taking advantage of some fielding errors by New Orleans, Louisiana, getting some timely hitting and some heads-up base running, and they have a 4-1 lead now in the top of the second.
Last night it was the errors that got New Orleans in trouble. Pickoff play, he's back in time, Clark is.
A little bit closer on that one. Heath Clark diving back into first base, will pick himself up, dust himself off. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gatlin. There goes Clark. Pitch on the way, swung on and fouled down the right field line.
Way out of play.
1-2 with Walter Gatlin.
Greenville, North Carolina, a team who got behind here 1-0 after one inning. As we mentioned many times, if you get behind, it's nice to make things happen early, and boy, they're making things happen this inning. 4 big runs already.
Pitch taken inside. Ball briefly got away from Crespo. No advance by Clark. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The deuces are wild up there on the scoreboard.